It's the early 2000s. Your personality is a grotesque soup of internet and pop culture references, loosely held together by silly string and ADHD medication. You carefully observe the now disgraced online creators whose sketches and vlogs you lived vicariously through. Perhaps you pick up a camera and decide to make content yourself, fueled by the unearned and delusional confidence of youth. Years later, you thank God none of those grainy, half-baked videos ever gained traction. Your guardian angels were working overtime, guiding the blind through a virtual minefield. Or perhaps you were just a voyeur, observing from a distance, like a stalker, but with less guts. Regardless, these videos were an indelible part of your adolescence, creeping into your slang, your humor, your private thoughts, leading you to look in the mirror and ask, who even am I? Am I just an amalgamation of memes and stimming audios? Your reflection just gazes back at you, unblinking. You will never receive an answer. Do you want to make content online because you're passionate about it? Or do you just want attention because you weren't hugged enough as a child? Trick question, it's the same thing. For many Gen Zers and I can't believe I'm saying this, Gen Alphas, that might be watching this, having a career online is considered aspirational. I mean, it's been one of the top dream jobs amongst kids for over a decade now. But what happens when you get exactly what you wished for? A fun job, vlogging with your amigas, living in sunny LA, people online validating you, jealous of your perfect hot bod, and it's still not enough. What if Andy Warhol's 15 minutes of fame line was actually a threat? If you've been watching any of my YouTuber retrospectives, disillusionment and fatigue after achieving online fame is a recurring theme. The Vine app created many viral, iconic, still quotable to this day memes. I got it! Yes! Chocolate vanilla swirl with cookie crunch, please! And a handful of those creators spun that moment of being blessed by the algorithm into a career. Now, most said creators weren't particularly funny.
That's my opinion!
I don't know why I got so defensive. Most of you agree with me, because I have deliberately curated an obedient and obsequious audience. The topic of today's video is the one, the only Christine Sydelko, who not only transitioned from a Vine star to YouTuber and walking meme, but at the peak of her career, just dipped. I adored her as a teenager and practically absorbed her into my personality. She's an individual that many of you might have really loved back in the day, or sometimes you vaguely remember her as you numbly stare out into nothingness during your lunch break, the ticking of the clock, a countdown to your death, an inevitability that fills you with dread, but also, concerningly enough, glee. And you think, oh yeah, whatever happened to her? Well, I'm here to answer that question. As someone who has been a little internet goblin since the late Bush administration at this point, and being blessed with the genetic double whammy combo deal of poor eyesight and astigmatism, I'm happy to talk about my new obsession, these glasses from Vuglam. I currently spend, and also have always spent, a lot of time online, hence why I can even make so many of these YouTuber retrospective videos. And since making videos is my full-time job now, I be staying looking at this crusty laptop. So anything that reduces the strain on my sad, beady little eyes, like Vuglam's blue light lenses, are a must. Now, I have been liking the small secretarial frames. They got me feeling like a mean librarian or a divorced English teacher. But sometimes it's fun to experiment with frames that are a little bolder, you know, more extra. Vuglam offers a wide variety of stylish, sleek designs that will not break the bank, because as anyone who has had to buy frames the traditional way will tell you, the prices that you will see in a typical eyewear establishment are diabolical. I'm about to pull the fire alarm. Now we're both criminals. Vuglam offers frames for every vibe or occasion. So if I want to feel like a liberal arts professor that will give you an extension on your essay, I can try the sable lenses in black, or maybe the Porsche, or the Rosa. The latter is a fitting name because I will not stand for nonsense in these. Plus, these would look phenomenal in a mugshot. Or, if I want to be the fun, rich auntie that will not snitch on you to your parents, I can try the Anita, or the Candice. All you gotta do is fill out your prescription, your lens preferences, and bam. They give you the exact dimensions of the frame. You can even try them on virtually to see how they fit your face. If you've watched any of my beauty guru retrospectives, and you should, I loved watching makeup content, but I didn't think a lot of those eye looks would work if I had glasses on. But as I got older, I realized, no, glasses are chic. So playing around with frames is like getting to experiment with additional accessories. Plus, Vuglam Vuglam offers tinted and polarized lenses. I always have gotten tinted lenses. It's perfect because you can stroll around in the sun, run errands, loiter, I don't know what y'all do, all while having built-in prescription sunglasses. So make sure to check out Vuglam for stylish and efficient eyewear. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So let's delve into the life, career, and eventual departure of Miss Bing Bong herself, Miss Christine Sydelko. The croc enthusiast was born on March 27th, 1994, and raised in the backdrop to psychological thriller Home Alone, aka the Chicago suburbs.
Fun fact, I was actually born on my brother's birthday, and he was having a birthday party that day, and they had to cancel it. I was born.
That's
Not the first time I've ruined a party because I was naked and screaming.
She was the youngest of three, having two older brothers. While attending DePaul University, I believe, she studied poli-sci and worked in a lab as a technical non-proliferation policy support assistant, which is just LinkedIn jargon for paperwork and scrolling on Twitter. Christine had to have her appendix ripped out, and while recovering, she made a Vine out of boredom, with her first viral clip being this iconic Vine featuring melodic child felon Maddie B. Raps.
And I love this dance called the Nene, and so whenever we hit it, it gets pretty crazy.
This is what he looks like now, by the way. This is like a Keebler elf on gear. No shade, though, because he actually looks pretty good. I can say that. Okay, he's 22 now. I don't know how I feel about that. It's actually quite jarring to say that out loud. 22. You want to know what Jacob Sartorius looks like? The same. Her next Vine hit was a wholesome clip of her and her friends at Bible study.
Welcome to Bible study. We're all children of Jesus. Kumbaya, my Lord.
That was Adderall, by the way, not Sugar Booger. Christine states that looking at those numbers go up really gave her a hit of that sweet, sweet dopamine, and she craved more. Her most quoted Vine is probably the ever-festive Mary Chrysler.
Happy Christmas. It's Christmas. Merry Crisis. Merry Chrysler.
She created this YouTube channel in 2015, uploading her first available video on July 20th of that year. That iMovie music. It'll be used to wake up sleeper agents one day. She technically did have an older YouTube channel, but apparently it has been scrubbed. Also, according to Christine, there was apparently a parody of feminist icon and space explorer Katy Perry's California Girls, called Middle Eastern Girls, which adult Christine is mortified by now. Drop the MP3. But like many Gen Zers, she had been acting a fool on camera for years. Around this time, she had linked up with Twitter menace and young Leo lookalike Elijah Daniels, who went viral for this very patriotic petition to change the US national anthem to Party in the USA, which has yet to happen because our government hates genuine artistry. While he was visiting Chicago, Elijah and Christine got a little tipsy and they filmed their first ever YouTube video together. She would collab with Viner Cheyenne Moan early on. They were doing a lot of challenges because this was really the thing to do before, you know, the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. You know what this video reminds me of?
I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potions. My strongest potions will kill you, traveler. You can't handle my strongest potions. You better go to a cellar that sells weaker potions.
She would also share embarrassing / endearing stories from her childhood. I love when people give us a little slice of their personal lives and adolescence. It's like when people make the mistake of leaving their blinds open. I'm gonna look in. Her first foray into vlogs was when she visited LA.
Dude, this is the men's room. You can't come in here. Okay.
And explored the city's rich culture. She linked up with other YouTubers, even attending one of those early Viner turning into YouTuber apartment parties. It's really fun to watch these older videos and see which one of these party attendees is now disgraced, canceled, or, you know, not allowed within 100 feet of a school. Christine would do characters on occasion. Her first and very short-lived dabble into this art was the character Barb, an overly paranoid Midwestern woman in the short-lived That's Offensive Let's Rant was a series where she would just yap about anything really, high school, sororities, the Iraq War. She thinks we should have never left. Her MacCon rant video, though, was the biggest hit from the series. Elijah eventually convinced her to move out to LA with him and become YouTubers, since their Vines were not monetized. And by 2016, she had packed up all her headbands and identical outfits and moved out to Tinseltown. Let me just say, I loved that she had a standard uniform, because I also have a close acquaintance who always wears headbands, never has her hair not in a ponytail, and has the same exact 3 outfits that she wears on rotation. Shout out Rachel. Y'all are like little cartoon characters. At 2016 VidCon, she interviewed/harassed attendees dressed up as the character Rhonda, who reminds me of the grandma from the cinematic masterpiece Napoleon Dynamite.
My nephew, he's very big on Musical.ly. His name's Jacob Sartorius. Have you heard of him?
I have.
He's my long-lost nephew. I was on Ancestry.com. This is not an ad. Ancestry.com and said, he's my nephew.
Oh, congrats.
It's not a good thing.
Her following vlogs were kind of all over the place, with random YouTubers and Viners sprinkled in. On November 10th of 2016, Elijah and Christine uploaded their first joint vlog, which would set the precedent for the rest of their vlogs. The gang gets drunk at brunch, meets Steve Jobs, and finally, Christine improves LA's architecture. It is chaotic, to say the least.
Oh, that's a newspaper bin.
Print media's dead!
This was the general vibe of their videos. Acting a fool, hanging out with their friends, especially Miss Mary Jane, and single-handedly raising the city's crime rate. They were anti-vloggers of sorts, mocking the genre conventions with their deliberate use of clickbait and faking drama and relationships. Their lifestyle mirrored the way that a lot of early to mid-20-somethings were living, for better and for worse, but it did make them more accessible. The pit bull, Eugene, who is Elijah's roommate Nick's dog, became a staple on their channel. The deadpan Englishman, Tom Harlock, was a recurring feature in their vlogs. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? The YouTuber Chris Fleming eventually joined the rotation. In 2017, Elijah created a second channel, which acted as an even more laid-back version of the original vlog channel, and would include things like behind-the-scenes footage. They christened this channel by hate-watching Chasing Cameron while clearly on that Snoop goop, every episode of which I had to watch from my MagCon retrospective. Link up above. There were a lot of crossovers with Vlog Squad members, including this harrowing attack on Brown's sweetheart, Liza Koshy. Christine and Elijah were passionate about Taco Bell, which will be a key component of their lore. They tweeted about this company so much that they got invited to the test kitchen and the corporate headquarters. I mean, on top of what I assume are like actual brand deals. All I got from tweeting at brands is blocked. Key moments from this era include them getting banned from IKEA, which is an honor, by the way. I kick every Volvo I walk by. Elijah finally popped the question to Christine in the most romantic way possible by sticking a ring pop in a Taco Bell burrito. The gag about this proposal is that, much like the vlogs they were parodying, this relationship also ended in a separation. They took their engagement photos in Malibu. You know what I love about LA beaches? The free needles. They were also selling merch around this time, with Christine's "Don't Mess with Texas" t-shirt being a staple. Certain moments from their vlogs, like her alien cosplay, and quotes like "shooketh" being common design motifs, with that phrase actually originating from Christine sharing a harrowing tale of her being stalked at rotisserie chicken gulag, Boston Market.
I am shooketh.
What the f*** happened?
Boston Market is supposed to be my happy place.
Yeah?
And I can't go there without getting recognized.
What?
When I ordered my food,
Yeah?
I was waiting,
Okay.
and the lady said, "I don't think you're ready."
What?
She said, "Order for Christine."
Okay.
She knew my name.
Because you gave it to her.
Apparently, Christine never really found this word funny, and its popularity confused her. She had reached walking meme status at this point. Some of her tweets were going viral, reaching the zenith of basic, derogatory, millennial internet culture, BuzzFeed. Her Twitter is filled with a lot of goldies, though. Not even a few weeks later, Christine caught Elijah cheating, and in confronting him, was possessed by the spirit of Sammy's sweetheart from Jersey Shore.
Ronnie, you kissed another boy! Ronnie!
That's nothing.
Ronnie,
No, Christine,
I'm
no,
Sammy's sweetheart! I'm the sweetest you'll ever meet!
Oh my god.
A Chrissy girl got her revenge with Zayn, not Malik. A lot of their vlogs involved really cramped apartment parties where I know that floor was disgustingly sticky the next morning.
You want a trip?
What? It's a Paul's fruit breezer.
You want a trip, man? Ronald Reagan was a lie!
Who's Ronald Reagan?
King of Texas.
Christine has also terrorized more Puerto Ricans than El Chupacabra. The intro to their vlogs eventually became Christine singing Bing Bong,
Bing, 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 bong, bing, 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 bong.
which which culminated in the official song and accompanying music video of the same name, which was just the Chainsmokers song Closer, which is still playing, by the way, in Fashion Purgatory Forever 21 to this day. They just replaced every lyric with Bing Bong. Yet Christine somehow managed to still be kind of off-key. They even got like corresponding Bing Bong tattoos. The incredible and grueling lyrical and sonic process was documented on their second channel, with them going as far as recreating the entire music video on their main channel. On March 24th, 2017, history was made when they linked up with candle vlogger and scent enthusiast Angela, who, if you remember, went viral for this Bath and Body Works rant. Sometimes the words peach Bellini will just randomly pop into my mind, and I can feel Angela's presence.
Look, they make like personalized candles. Smells like divorce.
Drew Monson, who I did talk about in volume 1 of this series, would occasionally link up with them. The LA YouTuber scene is very incestuous. The milking of their fake relationship culminated in the greatest addition to their digital footprint, getting featured on anti-American propaganda show Maury. Christine, decked out in her finest, accuses Elijah of infidelity with Tana Mongeau in the role she was born to play, the other woman. They were shamelessly taking photos together, tweeting sweet nothings to one another.
By the way, where is your ring?
I will admit that I did eat it. Yes, thank you.
You can really tell who in the audience is in on the joke and who isn't. The lie detector revealed that Elijah did not cheat on Christine. With Tana, that is.
Is this unisex?
No, yes, it's unisex.
Is this gender neutral?
Don't.
Leave me alone.
No, come on.
Leave me alone.
Wow, Elijah. Christine was also doing some mainstream gigs. She got featured in Katy Perry's Swish video. I hate saying that song name out loud. It makes me feel like I have some sort of a speech impediment. Some people criticized the video because there are portions of it where they thought that Christine was getting mocked for being fat. I mean, they did nickname her Shaquille O'Neal's. That is so asinine. Let me write that down real quick though. But Christine claims that she was not personally offended by any of this. If anything, what was irritating her were certain people acting like her weight was the foundation of her humor when it never was. In 2018, her and Elijah had a falling out. He had entered his musician phase with a stage name that I cannot actually read out on camera, uncensored. Now turn those cameras off. Just kidding. I would never say that word. I'd graffiti it. He was also collabing with Tana, who was also making music around this time, if you remember. If I had to assign a genre to this music, I would call it UTI. Christine and Tana were actually roommates very briefly and also shared the same manager at one point. According to Christine, Elijah was getting really into the LA party scene and became more demanding. Disagreements regarding undelivered merch were the final nails in the coffin. Christine alleges that Elijah, quote, ignored all of his responsibilities and failed to fulfill fans' orders. However, Elijah does claim that he was trying to resolve the merch issue. By 2019, though, Christine expressed regret about having the dispute play out so publicly and the way that she conducted herself. Elijah got the second channel in the divorce, and the kids all took mom's side. The comments under this video are brutal, and let's just say that interest in this channel dwindled after Christine's departure, with the latest upload being from 5 years ago. Christine did a series of collabs with the classic YouTubers of that era, as well as her amigos. She's also a gamer. Even her adorable mother, Pam, would pop up. That's right, plug that merch. That's what family is for. Pam would occasionally pop up in their older vlogs, and the fans loved her. You know, the only time they cleaned that apartment was when Pam was about to visit. Christine opened up about how her previous lifestyle of drinking and smoking and just kind of acting a fool was just exhausting, choosing to do more sit-down content because she saw her healthier and less chaotic lifestyle as not being as conducive to entertaining vlogs. In April of 2018, she launched her short-lived podcast, Don't Mess with Christine Sydelko. Manny MUA was the first guest. Her most frequent collaborator was definitely Chris Clemens. They endangered children together. Christine came out as Mexican and eventually became a cryptid. While reacting to some of their old vlogs, Christine expressed genuine shock at how she used to live, like, you know, taking shots in the middle of the day, etc. However, she does say that she had fun, and she looks back at a lot of their memories fondly. Her last upload was on February 12th of 2019, featuring vocal legend Krish.
Welcome to my kitchen. We have bananas and avocado.
She didn't upload anything for months and then dropped this tweet in September. I quit the internet stuff, just FYI. It's a trivial job. I can't stand the people getting in fake drama for attention or acting like they were creative when they just filmed themselves living. It was sort of fun while it lasted, but I value my privacy more than followers now. See ya. It seems that her depression, anxiety, and general unhealthy habits were being fueled by this lifestyle. She was still tweeting a little bit around this time and threw shade at Tana's fake wedding with sentient stock tip Jake Paul, stating, "I know I'm like 2 months late, but since I truly have nothing to lose at this point, I'll just say it. The amount of YouTubers who drove/flew all the way to Vegas to attend a fake wedding just for video content is one of the saddest/cringiest things I've ever seen." Now, Chris was in attendance at said wedding and was miffed. I don't think he's that hung up on it now, but at the time he responded, "Guys, stop tagging me in this. Like, this was a slap in the face the first time. Ew, ew, ew." With Tana liking the tweet. But in September of 2024, she allegedly tweeted this about Karina Kopf, who, if you remember, was a former Vlog Squad member. I say allegedly, but like there are screenshots that I'm fairly certain confirm this. Regardless, Karina came out as a Trump supporter, and Christine had some opinions. There was a back and forth, with some people criticizing Christine for telling someone to unalive themselves. Now, Christine did respond to this with a tweet which did mention that her mother had passed away the previous year due to the virus that shall not be named, unfortunately. Apparently, her and Elijah are friendly again, but not as close as they were back in the day. She has since been pretty MIA from the internet, and obviously she's not in LA anymore. I think that stories like Christine's represent the actual reality of being a content creator/influencer, and a career trajectory and lifespan that will become increasingly more common, especially as this profession begins to morph into more of a 9-to-5 gig as opposed to an aspirational dream job, with more people actually being granted the ability to become a fairly low-level content creator. Let me just say that the disillusionment with the online world, and frankly, it's dwindling profitability unless you are in like the top 1%, will force a lot of people whose dream it is to make videos to wake up to the reality of what that actually entails. I think it is admirable that Christine left on her own terms, not because of dwindling views or controversy, but because she saw this profession, and especially the LA vlogger lifestyle, as not being something that served her. Wherever she is, I hope that she's doing well, because she made high school a lot more entertaining for me. So thank you, Ms. Christine. If you want a deep dive into another YouTuber of this era, or an OG one, which I am doing next, okay, videos already in the works, then please leave a comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know every time that I upload. Your girl is being more consistent, okay? This is the summer of grind. I'm churning out these bad boys like I'm Henry Ford or one of his factory workers. Regardless, as always, thank you for watching. Shout out to my top patrons. If you would like to donate to my Patreon, then click on the link in the description or the one that's on screen. Thank you so much for your contributions. I mean, it's not charity, like I upload there every week pretty much. All the stuff that I don't think will do that well on this channel. Actually, I don't think, I know, because I've posted those videos and they're fun, they're goofy, but let's just say they're not bringing in enough money for them to be profitable. So if you want to see more of my goofy, uncensored, non-copyrighted material, then please go over to my Patreon. The lowest tier is $3 a month. So you know what I mean? It's not even, I would say it's not even a Starbucks coffee, but I actually don't know how much they cost anymore. I know for a fact it's not $3. They're not that cheap. Anyway, thank you to my other lovely patrons. Your names should be scrolling on screen as I speak. Bye.